Today we're going to start our discussion about some old geometry concepts, and one of those being distance formula. So I'll give you the distance formula. Distance formula is change in x, you square that, plus the change in y, and you square that, and then take the square root. But let me quickly just kind of sketch this out for you. If we have 7 -1 and 3 -8, to find the distance between these 2 points, sometimes it might be easier to just draw a right triangle and remember that Pythagorean theorem says this leg squared times this leg squared is equal to c squared. And it's real easy to find this distance and this distance, and that's really what you're finding right here. So when I take the change in x, I'm going, well, if I start at 3 and go over to 7, that's got to be 4 squared. And if I start at -1 and come down here to -8, that's got to be a 7 squared. And then you just add those together. So this would be 16, and 49 would be the square root of 65. The midpoint, again, just kind of think of if I have a picture, the halfway point of something. If I was going from here to Muskegon and it was 10 miles, halfway there would be 5 miles. So if I went -5 and 8 and 10 and -6, if I want to find the halfway point between any 2 points, I just add the x coordinates together, and halfway is divided by 2, and I take the y coordinates, add those together, and divide by 2. So the midpoint of this line segment would be 10 plus a -5 divided by 2 would be 5/2, and 8 plus a -6 divided by 2 would be a +1. Area of a square or a rectangle. Area is length times width. Just make sure that you look, sometimes they trick you with the units squared. Area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times the height. So depending on how your triangle is set up, just take 1/2. The base here is given. So this big long distance there is 8.2. And the height of this triangle is 3.8. So again, sometimes we're used to seeing a triangle like this, and this be your height and this be your base. But on the ACT, sometimes they'll mix around the orientation. Number 4 is what we call a trapezoid, and number 5, excuse me. And the formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 the height, and then you add the 2 other bases together. So in this case, we'd have area equals 1/2 again. The height of this trapezoid is 3. I'm not sure what's going on with my pen. So 3. The bases are 1.9 and 5.9. And then fastest, easiest, quickest way is just to punch that right into your calculator. On the next couple, what I've done is I've just given you something. I've given you the area, and you have to go find a missing leg. So with this triangle, we have area equals 1/2 base times the height. We're given the area, and we're asked to find the base. So we don't know what base is, and we know the height of this thing is 3.7. So I would suggest to put this in this form, and then remember when I'm solving for b, just means to do the opposite. So this should probably be a calculator problem. We'd take our 15.9, we'd multiply by 2, and divide by 3.7, and that should give you your base. Again, be a careful reader. In number 7, we have areas given, and we have a rectangle. So area equals length times width. We're given the area, and we need to find the width, and the length is 8.2. So solving for W, we would just divide both sides by 8.2. The trapezoid backwards problem is similar. We're given the area. So area equals 1/2 the height plus your 2 bases. So let's plug in what we know. We know that this is 41.4. I might put in a 0.5 so I don't have to worry about that. The height is what we want to find. And 9.2 plus 2.4. So what we want to do is get rid of the 0.5. So we'd get 88.2 equals, again, I'm not sure what's going on with my pen. And now we h times, add these together, we get 11.6. So we're solving for h, so divide both sides by 11.6. The next couple problems deal with your circle. So I'm going to give you, again, the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. Just be careful that you're looking at the radius. Look at your answers before you punch. A lot of times you'll see multiple choice answers. They'll just be in the form of 49 pi, and they won't even ask you to punch out the pi. So on problem number 10, problem number 10 gives you the diameter. So when you find the circumference, do pi 2 pi r, so you've got to cut that in half. So we get 2 pi times 11.3. The circumference, if the circumference is given, then we will set up our formula that the circumference is given and we want to find r. Then just be careful when you divide your calculator, you have to divide by 2 and then divide by pi. Or if you take your 55.6, you have to divide by parentheses 2 pi. So I wanted to make sure that you punch that out so you get that correct answer. And then number 12 is a backwards problem where I give you the area. And area of a circle is pi r squared. So if we're given 380.1, you have to divide by pi. And then take the square root. So divide by pi, and that button is on your calculator. Then whatever answer you get for that, r is going to be equal to the square root of that.